Hi friends. Hello. Yeah, can you guys hear me? Okay, good. Matrubhumi. Okay. Jyotisko, I can't hear you. I can only read you, but that should be fine as of now. Yes, friends, can you see me?
Yes.
Yeah, we have about 4 people and we'll start soon. Hi, Manjunath Matrubhumi. Matrubhumi. Hi, Chitra. Hi, Neha. Your name is Matrubhumi or your name is Manjunath? Sorry?
Manjunath.
Manjunath, okay. And what is Matrubhumi? So has everyone been able to, I think you have a chat option, so just check the chat option and also keep your mics muted, but when you have to answer something, then probably you could switch your, mic on. So I think all of you have got your Mahadashas with you. Jyotisko, have you figured out your Mahadasha? Neha, have you figured out your Mahadasha? Chitra Rekha, nobody is saying yes. All are silent. Galaxy, do you have your Mahadasha? Which Mahadasha are you in? Jyotisko, do you have your Mahadashas?
Yes, I have it. And is the group chat accessible? Because if I write
Yeah,
there, is it?
yeah, but I'm speaking and I'm reading is it is multiple
Okay.
tasks. So I
Okay.
can
Got it.
only teach or read at a time.
Yeah. Understood that.
Okay, so Jyotisko, which is your Mahadasha?
Mars.
Mars. Okay, okay. And when did you start Mars?
1 minute.
Were you able to see when you started the Mars period?
13 November 2017.
2017. Okay, quite recent. Okay, good. And from which period did you come to Mars?
Moon.
Yeah, so from Moon to Mars. So that sequence is always the same. And the time period for each dasha is always the same. Okay. And what we have seen is that the Mahadashas is as per the Vimshottari Dasha system that we look at. So this is one of the most common Dasha systems to calculate planetary period. In Western astrology, there is not much of a concrete planetary period system, but in Indian astrology, we have this very concrete system, especially Vimshottari Dasha is very easy to interpret, it's very easy to work with. And there are other Dasha system, Yogini Dashas and many others. But I have used Vimshottari Dasha very effectively for all my readings. From my practical experience, it works. So, for example, Jyotisko moved from a period of Moon to Mars. So, you would have seen a tangible shift around that period. So, in the same way, all the others would also have seen a shift around that period. Nibha and others, yeah. Why everything off? Muted, video off, everything off.
I'm not at my place today, that's why. So I'm just
Okay, others,
an
please
area.
put your videos on so that I can see, who I'm talking to. Otherwise, it is like blind, like a blind chat, like I'm performing to a gallery of, like a dark gallery. Okay, anyway. So any questions you'll have in mind about Mahadashas, just for me to get a feel, and what made you join this class so that I can direct this better in a direction which is giving you some value, giving you what you're looking for. Anything in particular that you're looking for? This, so
Yeah, I
just
wanted to.
share what you see.
Yeah, I wanted to attend this class because I wanted to get understanding of how this changes of the shahs and the shahs can affect your life, or like how it has affected my life in the earlier stage.
Correct. Yes. So every time you shift from one planetary period to another, there's a shift of flavor. There's a switch of flavor. The flavor changes. So we have to take this into account, and accordingly we have to interpret the dashas. Now, if you want to know, hi Uday ji, Uday Kame. Yes, Uday. How are you? Okay, Uday is not hearing me, I think. Okay, anyways. So now, yeah, so we are not, Bijal Shah, we are not here to explain certain formula, but I'm trying to give you the technique, rather than the formula for working with dashas. So in the last class, we saw that we are going to have a chart in Indian astrology. We have a chart called as the Kundali, which is the basic natal chart, birth chart, as you might have seen. So everyone was able to create your Kundali in the software. Uday ji, chupchap baithe ho, kuch kahiye. Should I write in English or speak in Hindi to you or Kannada? Uday is only looking, but he's not saying anything. Maybe he's feeling shy. Okay. Anyways, so now, if you see if you all made your Vedic astrology chart, I'll show you on the whiteboard how the chart looks. I'll draw it. So let's say we are drawing your Vedic astrology Kundali. I'm not so good at drawing. Oh, this software is doing a good job. It's straightening some of my lines also. That's good. Okay, so we have how many blocks in this chart? We have 12 blocks. We have 12 blocks in this chart, 12 houses. 12 houses represent 12 areas of your life. For example, if I'm looking at someone's marriage, I will look at the 7th house, the 7th block. So we count the blocks always from the ascendant, you know, which is the top center house. Always the top center house is going to be the first house or the ascendant, always, regardless of what number is there. So Jyotisko, in your chart, what number is there next to the ascendant, the first house, top center?
One, I guess.
In your chart, it is 1.
I didn't understand your question. Can you repeat?
What is there a small number?
It is written as ARI and 1. The one which you have ticked?
No, not what I've ticked. The one which I have this thing marked as AS.
That is ARI and 1.
I think
Okay.
Floyd in Drik Panchang, the zodiacs are written instead of numbers.
Okay. So Aries, yeah. So he has Aries first house. His first house is Aries in the zodiac sign of Aries. Niba, what is your first house, Rashi?
Mine is Libra, 7.
Libra. So ours is Libra Rashi for the Lagna. Okay, and then from there we continue with all the signs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 throughout. You know, it's a full circle. For Bijal, it is Virgo. For Uday, I don't know what it is. So, okay. So now, let me draw this. Okay, 12 parts. So, suppose we are looking at someone's marriage, we are going to look at the 7th house. So, this is the first, this is the second, third, fourth, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9, 10, 11, 12. Has everyone understood this?
Yes.
Yes.
House numbering, everyone has understood?
Yes.
1 to 12. Okay. So it is always going in the counterclockwise fashion, anti-clockwise, towards the left. Okay. 1,
Hello?
2, 3, and so on. Yeah. Who's saying hello?
This is Uday.
Yeah, Mr. Uday, we could not hear you all this while. How are you?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Are you understanding what I'm saying about the Kundali?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you done astrology before?
No, sir.
Okay. Make your Kundali on the app which I had suggested.
Yeah. My
Okay,
first
good. Very good.
Gemini is there in first house.
Gemini, first house, top center, right?
Yeah,
Okay, good. So your Lagna is Gemini, and then
Gemini.
Cancer, everything else will follow. You know, the same order is followed.
Yeah.
Okay. So now these are the different areas of life. These are your different parts of your life. So if I want to make a prediction or if I want to make an interpretation about any particular part, I will go to that part. I will go to that part. I will see what planets are there. I will see what connections are there. So all these things I will see, and I will come to a conclusion about certain area of your life. Okay. So now we can see the areas of life, but the qualities will be given by the planet. So for example, if a planet comes in the first house, some planet comes in the first house, it will impact your personality. If some planet comes in your second house, it will impact your family. Depending on the influences, it's not only the planet sitting in the house, it can be planet looking at the house, it can be planet ruling the house, and so on. A lot of different small different nitty-gritties are there, but we will go into those in the more detailed classes and all that. But broadly, what I want to say is that the houses are the areas of life, the planets bring the quality. And from this chart, from this Kundali, which you can see on the board, we can do personality analysis. But with dashas, we can tell when those planets will get activated, when those planets will give maximum effect. Suppose it is a planet which is causing a slight negative influence or malefic influence in your chart, bringing some challenges. So during the phase, during the period, during the dasha of that planet, you're going to face difficulties or challenges, not all the time, but during certain parts. Okay, and there are other factors also to quantify that. So today's class we'll talk only about dashas. We'll try to understand what is happening in these dashas. Okay, so we have total duration of 120 years. Out of this, different planets are given different durations. For example, Saturn is given duration of 19 years. 19 Saturn 19 years period. Anyone going through a Saturn period here right now?
Me.
Sorry, who?
Chitralekha.
And Uday.
Okay, Chitra is here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me
Chitra,
too.
where you reached, Chitra? I heard you went to Pandharpur Yatra.
On my way back.
So Chitra is in a Saturn period. When did your Saturn period start, Chitra?
16th October 2004.
2004.
Yeah.
So 2023, around
Yes.
that time, she will finish the Saturn Mahadasha. Okay. So 2004, when you switch from the Jupiter Dasha to the Saturn Dasha, did you see any changes
Yes.
in your life?
Yes.
Did you see anything major?
Yes.
Okay, good. Where is your Jupiter sitting? In which house?
In the 9th house.
Jupiter sitting in 9th house and Saturn?
Saturn in the 5th house.
So her Jupiter is sitting in the 9th house and her Saturn is sitting in 5th. Okay.
Yes.
So now Jupiter sitting in 9th, Saturn sitting in 5th. What will happen? So Jupiter in 9th, possibly this person is very connected with her spirituality, very connected with, maybe sees a lot of value, respectful towards gurus, very respectful towards spiritual teachings, very respectful towards philosophy. She expands through philosophy because Jupiter is the planet of expansion. But what is happening is that because of her now moving into Saturn in the 5th, things start changing. So what is the quality of Saturn? Anyone has gone through the notes? Quality of Saturn. Jupiter, I said expansion. Saturn is?
Discipline.
Saturn is?
Discipline.
Discipline. What else?
To slow down.
Yeah,
Slow down
Saturn will
things.
slow down things. Saturn is contraction. Jupiter is expansion. Saturn is contraction. So now contraction she will not experience in the same area where she had expansion. She will experience it in the 5th house. She said 5th house. So 5th house is children, creativity. It is about your talents. It is about your higher education. It is about your artistic pursuits. It is the Purva Punya, also past life, you know, past lives, fruits of the past life, 5th house. So Chitra might have started going into a more karmic path because Saturn is more of a karmic planet. So her spirituality, her awareness of her karma, her awareness of her karmic potential would have become more during this period. So this is how we try to quantify. Of course, there are other factors also. We have to see where these planets are, what kind of rulers they have, the 5th house, the 9th house, all these things we have to see, but we are going at a very broad level, step by step. So any doubt till now about what I have said or any question coming in your mind? Because I don't want to go forward without, you understanding fully what I'm saying. Any doubt? Understood more or less what I'm trying to hint at. Okay, Jyotisko, no questions?
No questions.
Okay, Uday, no questions. Okay, so that means you have understood. You have understood everything or you have understood nothing.
No, I understood.
Okay. So now, so in Chitra's case, Jupiter in ninth will always be acting. It is part of a Kundali. It is part of a birth chart. But during Jupiter phase, it was activated. And during Saturn phase, Saturn in fifth will get activated. All the planets are always doing their work, but at certain periods they do it more. You know. So, for example,
Repeat. Once more.
yeah, all the planets are doing their work, but during their time period, during their dasha, they will do it more. They
More,
will get
okay.
activated. For example, if now which party is ruling India?
BJP.
BJP. BJP is ruling India. So now Congress is there or it is not gone?
Still there. Sideways.
Congress is still there doing its work.
The
But
opposite side.
BJP is playing the primary role now in running the government. And when Congress is ruling, BJP is there or it is gone? It is still there. But it is playing a secondary role. It is preparing for its turn, and it is doing some other things, functioning as the opposition, etc., etc. So in the same way, now Chitra is in Saturn period. Saturn is ruling. Saturn is kind of dominating the whole scenario. Saturn is saying, now this is my time. And Saturn is a slow moving planet. So Saturn will slow down things for her. Saturn will make things maybe a little harder than usual, but that again depends on the placement, where the planet is placed. Some people will have a very tough Shani Mahadasha. That doesn't mean everyone will have it. There are certain cases where Shani Mahadasha is not as bad, not as challenging. So it depends on how Shani is placed in the birth chart. For example, Amitabh Bachchan actually got his first break in movies when he entered Shani Mahadasha. So he was trying, even in Jupiter, he was trying. He was making an attempt to get into the industry. He was the son of a professor, writer. And his mother, Teji Bachchan, in the Shani Mahadasha told him last time, she said, give one or two last attempts and then you drop. Then you stop struggling for the acting. Okay. And during the Shani Mahadasha, he actually got the fruit of his hard work. And he got into acting. He made movies like Sholay, Zanjeer, all the top movies of Amitabh Bachchan. Anyone who's not here, who doesn't know Amitabh Bachchan, I think everyone knows. So he's an Indian actor. So Sholay, Zanjeer, all these movies he did. But he also faced difficult situations in Saturn. He faced the situation where he met with an accident and he had to be hospitalized, almost a near-death situation, all of that. And after that, one might think that Mercury Mahadasha is going to be easy. But Mercury was not easy for him. It was one of the tougher dashas for him. Because in Mercury, he did not make movies which were very interesting, which were very stimulating. He was forcing himself to work. He had gone through a financial crisis with his production company. All of these things had happened during the Mercury Mahadasha. And only towards the end of Mercury Mahadasha, Amitabh Bachchan was slowly started coming back into the groove, recovering from his losses, doing better, more meaningful movies and all of that. So, and then in the Ketu Mahadasha, which many people generally say, Ketu, oh, it is so bad. But that is the time when Amitabh Bachchan made some amazing movies. He made movies, his later movies like Black, he made movies like Chini Kam, all these movies which were like really critically acclaimed, not just popular movies, but good content. So we have to understand that depending on the placement of the planet in the chart, the dasha is going to give results. So never jump at the dashas and say, oh, he's going through Shani, he's screwed. So never do that. Understand that the placement in the planet is very important. For that, you need an astrologer who looks at it with a lot of skill, who looks at it with a lot of detail and understand that. So I'm trying to share some of those secrets with you. So Chitra, in which Rashi is your Saturn placed?
12, Pisces.
In Pisces. Okay, so Saturn in Pisces. So, Saturn in Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter will not be very ideal place for Saturn to sit,
Pisces.
because Saturn is about discipline, Saturn is about restriction, and Pisces is the sign of creativity. It's a water sign, it is free flowing. These kind of first impressions we have about these signs. So I would say that Saturn in Pisces is going to be somewhat, it can bring discipline to the creative aspect, but it's not that harmonious. But say if she had Saturn in Capricorn, which is the sign ruled by Saturn, it would have been much more harmonious for her. Okay. So also Pisces means art, creativity. Fifth house is also the house of creativity. So she will face, she will slow down in terms of her creativity. She would want to do creative things, but they will slow down, or they will take up some mystical flavor, because Saturn is a mystical planet. Saturn is a spiritual planet. Okay. And where was your Jupiter was placed 1, 2, 3? Yeah, so Jupiter was placed in Cancer, right? Jupiter was placed in Cancer, which is a very good sign for Jupiter to be. So that was the time Jupiter Mahadasha would be very would be very good, because it was in a sign which is friendly to Jupiter. Okay. Now, anyone else wants to share their dashas so that we have some practical understanding of these dashas, how to interpret them? I've given you some of the hints how we can tell whether how it's going to be.
Floyd, I have one question.
Yeah, go ahead, Sarvesh.
I think in one of your videos, you had, I think you had shared that when it comes to marriage, to predicting marriage, when it would happen, we need to see the planet sitting in the 7th house, or the Lord of the 7th house, where it is sitting.
Correct.
And during
house
the
of marriage.
Mahadasha or Antardasha. Yeah. So I observed that it is quite true. It is quite true. It happened in my case also. Okay. But then also I found that in some charts it is not true. So what is the probability that it happens that way?
Okay. Yeah. So what did you find in your chart? Because there are a lot of people who are new here, so you'll have to slightly, kind of
elaborate it.
Yeah, means kind of make it more simple, I would say. Like what happened in your case?
Okay, I'll put it very simply. For example, 7th house is the house of marriage, right?
Yeah.
Now, in the 7th house, I have moon.
Okay.
In the 7th house, moon is placed, number 1. And number 2, the lord of my 7th house is Jupiter.
Okay.
As per the, it is Sagittarius, so ruled by Jupiter.
Correct.
So I got married during Moon Mahadasha.
Okay.
And I also checked that and in my wife's case, it was Rahu ka Antardasha, and Rahu is in her 7th house.
Okay, correct. Yeah. Yeah. Mahadasha is kind of a big period,
Yeah.
Saturn Mahadasha, for example, 19 years, So the person is waiting, So Saturn, and also Mahadasha is a big period, but I would say in the Antardasha, the sub periods, because under every dasha, there are sub periods of all the other planets. All the other planets are also going to play their part, So if Narendra Modi forms the government in India, everyone will get a chance to stand and speak, It's not that only he will speak all the time. In parliament, everyone will get a chance, It will be like someday Sonia Gandhi will give a speech, someday Asauddin Owaisi will give a speech, somewhere Raj Thackeray will give a speech. So all of them are playing their part. And sometimes they are ruling, a sub period. So that is why all the planets will play their part within this case, or in any case. Suppose some planet is strongly related to marriage in his chart. So during that, chances of that happening. So the probability as such is that mostly it happens in the marriage will happen either in the Antardasha of the 7th Lord, ruler of the 7th house, or the planet sitting in the 7th house.
Okay.
And also Jupiter and Venus periods, because Jupiter represents the husband for a woman, Venus represents the wife
Right.
for a man. So this Jupiter and Venus are also related with marriage. So Jupiter also represents children for a man and for women also to some extent. So Jupiter period means he is wanting to have children. So then the chances are he will get married also. So that is why Jupiter, Venus, Antardashas, and Antardasha of 7th Lord, Antardasha of planets placed in 7th house of marriage. This is when I would say the probability is the most. And also there are other dashas, which we can see within Vimshottari. Because the Lord of 7th house is also going through some dashas, but that will make it a bit too complicated. So we won't get into it now. Yeah, Uday, you have some question?
Yeah, if there is Saturn Dasha, in that period, Sadhisati is also there. So what is the role of Saturn?
You're saying in Saturn Mahadasha, you have Sadhisati also?
In that period, Sadhisati come. Then what is the role of Saturn?
No, Sadhisati is a different concept.
In that period, Saturn period, the Sadhisati also because of Shani,
It is in your chart or someone else's chart?
Mine chart.
Or you're just asking chart. Okay. Where is your moon placed? Which house?
7th place.
Huh?
Saturn also 7th place.
In your birth chart?
Yeah.
Saturn, moon in 7th house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you underwent Sadhisati when you were about 30 and you underwent Sadhisati when you are about 60.
At present, Sadhisati is running.
Yeah. You are about to approach 60 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sadhisati concept is, a lot of astrologers, they scare people that, oh, Sadhisati is coming,
Yeah.
and now something will go wrong. Sadhisati means, I can just show you on the diagram, it will be easier. When we call Sadhisati. So suppose yeah, so Uday's chart, say Saturn and moon are placed here.
Yeah.
So Sadhisati means the transit moon, currently the moon in the sky is one house behind the house where moon is placed.
Yeah.
And then it enters the house where moon is placed. And then it goes to the house after moon is placed. So this total journey takes 7.5 years. That is why we call it Sadhisati. 7.5 in Hindi. Sadhisati. In Hindi, Sanskrit, it means 7.5 years. 2.5 years. 2.5 years in this sign, 2.5 years in this sign, 2.5 years in each sign.
Right.
The sign before moon, the sign on moon, and the sign after moon. Okay, so this is the Sadhisati. Now Sadhisati, I find it dangerous, I find it bad, I find it negative when there are other negative planets here in the house where it is crossing moon or before and after. Either of these positions, the 3 houses where Saturn is traveling during Sadhisati, 7.5 years, then if those 3 houses have other negative planets which will fight with Saturn, it is going to be called as there can be negative effect of Sadhisati. For example, in Manohar Parikar's chart, Chief Minister of Goa, ex-Defense Minister of India, I saw that Sadhisati is coming and it is crossing many difficult planets. So then I realized that this person will find it very difficult to survive. Already his body is going through a very advanced stage of disease, and it will be very difficult for him to survive. And I expressed that. So, so the point is that Sadhisati will not affect you if in those 3 houses it's not crossing many negative planets on many negative transits. So we have to see multiple things. Shani Mahadasha will definitely affect you in some way or the other. That is definite. Sadesati, for you, Uday, Sadesati will not affect you so much. Why? Because Saturn is with Moon in your birth chart. In 7th house. So you are used to Saturn being with Moon. You are used to it right from your childhood. So already used to. So now Saturn crossing, okay, it will might intensify a bit. But that will not bother you too much if you don't have planets in your 6th, 8th. Do you have
Mercury and Jupiter? Not Jupiter, Shukra.
Mercury and Shukra are more or less friendly to Saturn. So you won't have much of a problem at that time. But those 2.5 years, you have to take care of your health when it's crossing through the 6th house. First 2.5 years. And you have already passed through, which year are you into?
This is already passed. Now this is in the 7th house now. Shani.
Shani is in
Transit
7th.
period Shani, huh?
Yeah.
Saturn
so when it was in
9th.
6th house, that is a little bit tricky, but otherwise 7th house, you are already used to it. You won't have a major issue. It is also a Saturn return for you because Saturn is coming back to its original position for the 2nd time. So that we call as Saturn return. And so Saturn return, Sadesati, they have importance. Saturn Dasha is most important, I will say.
Okay.
Broadly, if I have to say, Saturn Mahadasha is the most important. Beecher, I didn't understand your question. Can you type it again? Saturn with Venus in 12th house. Okay, so let's see someone else. I think Jyotisko is getting bored, so we'll see his dashas. So,
not good.
What is your Mahadasha at the moment, Jyotisko?
Mars.
Mars, and you said 2017, no? You shifted to Mars.
Yeah.
So Mars period always lasts for about 7 years, and earlier you were in Moon period, which lasts for about 10 years. So 2007 to 2017, you were in Moon. 2017 to about 2024 or whatever, you will be in Mars. So where is your Moon placed, Jyotisko?
1 minute. I have to reshuffle the.
Bijal, can you type your question again? I didn't understand what you were asking actually. You said it goes 1 house backward and forward on board also. Saturn in 12th and those house during
Vakri.
I don't know what Bijal is asking because it is the Moon position. So if Moon is in a certain house, 1 house before that, Saturn, when it transits, not placed, but when it transits, then it crosses over Moon and then it goes to the next house. So first part, 2.5 years, second part over Moon, 2.5 years, and the third part, 2.5 years. So wherever Moon is placed, before, during, after. Okay, 3 parts. 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 7.5 years. Okay. Okay, anyway, Saraswati is not a concept which I'm kind of very fond of, but okay, I see it and I understand that in certain situations it is difficult. That is my experience. Okay, go ahead, Jyotishko.
You asked me something. Can you repeat what you
Mars
asked?
is in which house? And Moon is in which house?
Mars is in 9th house and Moon is in 1st house.
Moon is in 1st house. So in the Moon period, this person would have been very emotional. This person would have been very much, thinking about himself, seeing how he can, nurture himself. Because Moon is the 1st house is your personality. Moon is the quality of nourishing, and 1st house is your body. 1st house is yourself. It's your image, it's your body, it's your thinking, It's the first impression you give. So if he's telling me correctly, you would have seen an emphasis on that from 2007 to 2017 during his moon period. But now in the Mars period, this person, Mars is a warrior planet. Mars is Rajas. Mars is fire. Mars is like, fighting spirit. This person will come into the warrior mode. And where he will come into the warrior mode, Sarvesh?
2021.
No, where? Ninth house. Yeah. Mars in ninth house.
Question.
Where will he?
Okay.
कहाँ warriorship करेगा?
Ninth house related matters में.
Yeah, which is that? What is that?
Okay, ninth house
Spirituality.
concept. It will be about
Spirituality.
foreign land.
Foreign land. So
Spirituality.
foreign land में युद्ध करेगा. देखो स्वीडन में बैठा युद्ध कर रहा है. Clear cut concept, that, and I think around that period you moved to Europe, right, Jyotishko?
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah, 2017 he moved. So Moon, with himself, Moon is also the home. He was happy in his hometown wherever he was, and Mars suddenly he is called, So he is a warrior and he's going to the ninth house. Ninth house is foreign land, represents foreign land. Probably if he was at home, he would either fight with his father or he would fight with his guru. So he had to express that Mars in one of the ninth house matters. So he is doing it in foreign land. He's doing something in foreign land now. So exactly during the time period, the switch has happened. So forget about everything. See, when you are shifting from one dasha to another, you will know something is going to change for you. Then what is going to change? You will understand from the examples I give. If you don't understand, watch this video again, you'll understand. Uday, more or less you understood what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's
I
a
got
very
it.
simple thing. Anyone has a doubt about what I'm saying, how to interpret dashas, any doubt, any query? Now when Jyotishko, now I'll give you this exercise, since you are a researcher and a great scholar. Now in 2024, right, when you're shifting to the next,
Yep.
what is going to be this thing? What is going to be the change?
I'm shifting to Rahu. Rahu is in 11th house. So great gain, friends, fame, family, organization.
Yeah. So Sarvesh, based on this, Mars in 9, Rahu in 11.
11.
Will he remain in foreign land or he'll not remain?
He will move on to a new foreign land.
He will remain in foreign lands or he might move also. That is a different story.
But it will be again a foreign land. I think so.
So he will remain in foreign land because Rahu also represents foreign land.
Yeah.
Rahu also represents foreign land, foreigners. But these 7 years, when his Mars is in the 9th house, he's fighting in the foreign land. His struggle is going on. But when he goes to that period, when Rahu is in 11, fighting is not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's negative, but he's creating his ground there. But 2024, when he enters Rahu in 11, he's actually going to explore. He's going to make friends because Rahu represents foreigners. 11th house is friends. So he's going to make friends there. He's going to build a community. 11th house is community. So Rahu in 11th is going to build a community there. And Rahu is very good for material progress. So his earnings will come. He will have different means of earnings. What is the sign of the 11th house, Jyotishko?
Aquarius.
Aquarius. Yeah, okay, your Aries. Yeah, so Aquarius. So Aquarius means whatever he's doing with technology, whatever he's doing with innovation, he's going to go more into that. Because Rahu, is going to always increase. Rahu is going to say explore, 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 explore. That is the positive part of Rahu. The negative part of Rahu is that it doesn't know when to stop. So it keeps on exploring, it keeps on jumping from one point to another. So now Jyotishko is a warrior. He is kind of very focused. And But in that phase, he's going to be an innovator. He's going to be an artist. He's going to be someone who can, play with innovation, play with all these things. Okay. Fine. So now, okay. Yeah. So Jyotisko, have you understood the concept?
Yes. Now clear about the Mahadashas, I guess.
Yeah. So Mahadashas is very simple. You have to see the house, you have to see. So you'll get a fair idea. Of course, other quantifications also you have to do. Because now in Aquarius, the ruler of Aquarius, as per traditional astrology, is Saturn. As per modern astrology, it is Uranus. So Rahu in Aquarius, I consider it as fairly productive, because do you have any other planets with Rahu or only Rahu?
Mercury is there.
Oh, Mercury is also there. Yeah. So Mercury and Rahu in Aquarius, So that is where he gets his kida, he gets this wanting to, explore new things, explore innovation, explore technology, all these things. So that is his inborn trait. It will always be there. And he will like to make friends who are into this kind of technology, this kind of innovation, these kind of things. So we are lucky to be sitting with him. Otherwise, he will not even look at us. So, so Mercury, Rahu, so you will interact with people who are, Mercury is intellectual. Mercury is intellectual, and people applying their intellectual skills to innovation, to technology, all these things. Aquarius, cutting edge technology, cutting edge innovation. And Rahu is foreigners, right? Rahu is foreigners, Rahu is explorers, these kind of people. And that will be his social circle. That will be his network of people with whom he would interact. Okay. Okay, let's look at one of the. So Aquarius also, when we do astrology in a cutting edge research fashion, it becomes a research, but also bringing new concepts into astrology, experimenting with them. Astrology also becomes a Aquarius subject, Okay, so okay, now let's look at somebody's dashas now. Niba, what are your dashas?
Currently Mahadasha is Venus and Antardasha is Rahu.
So I'm taking the example and explaining, then it becomes a little more interesting for people. Otherwise, if I explain, that is Mahadasha mein aisa phal milega, all that stuff, then people will get bored, if I just explain like a professor what the concepts are. And it cannot be explained that way because it's always very individual. Okay, Niba, go forward.
Okay, so Venus is my Mahadasha, and Venus is the planet for sensuality, the female, artistic.
No. So Venus, in which house you said?
Venus is in 5th house.
5th house. And when did your Venus Mahadasha started?
It started in 2010, 11/8/2010.
2010, Venus is sitting in 5th house, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And before that, you were in?
I was in Ketu Mahadasha.
Ketu.
कौन चल रहा है?
Ketu Mahadasha from 2000.
2003 to 2010.
2003 to 2010. Correct. So Ketu was placed where?
Ketu is in 10th house.
Ketu is in 10th house. So Ketu in 10th house from 2003 to 2010. And 2010 to 2000, almost 2030, 20 years of Venus she is going to.
Yeah.
So did you see any change in 2010 when you switched from Ketu to Venus?
Yeah, I was confused about
Okay, just hold on. Yeah. So now, can someone tell me what change she will see? Ketu was in the house of father. Ketu was in the house of authority. Ketu was in the house of, you can say, also power. So she might have felt powerless during her Ketu Mahadasha. But when she entered into one Venus Mahadasha, she will start enjoying a little more, because Ketu makes people detached. So when she entered Venus, she will slightly start enjoying. She will start feeling, you know, that, okay, I can enjoy my life. So that will not happen immediately, but yeah, so more love in her life. Jyotisko is saying more love will come into your life. As a more love come into your life, Niba?
It happened in some way, yeah.
Yeah, good. So, but we have to also see the age, you know. So 2010, what was your age?
I was 18. Around
18?
Yeah.
Okay, legal age, yeah.
Yeah. Legal age to enjoy fun.
Okay. So 2003 to 2010. So all her, you know, so we have to see the context also. Her 10th standard, 12th standard, she would have found very difficult dealing with her teachers, dealing with father figures, dealing with her father, dealing with all these people who are in authority, because 10th house is the house of authority, you know. So dealing with power, dealing with authority, dealing with this, even this, you know, craving for success. She might feel, you know, I don't want to succeed. I don't want to, you know, kind of do these things, or some level of detachment comes. So that can be a very challenging kind of phase. Okay. Anyone? Okay. So now Venus in 5th, what will happen? Anyone else? Chitra, Venus in 5th?
Her creativity will enhance. She may have a good social life.
Yeah.
Even love life.
Okay, good. Yeah, that we have already mentioned.
Yes.
Now, Chitra Rekha's, your Chitra, no, sorry, not Chitra Rekha, Niba, where is your, in which sign is your, in which
What?
sign? It is in the 5th house. Which sign? Which sign is your Venus?
It's Aquarius.
Aquarius. So Aquarius is technology. Venus is money. So during this period, you would have started making money through working with technology, working with. Did you study something connected with technology during this period?
Yes, yes.
What did you
I
study?
did computer science honors.
Computer science honors. So Aquarius is technology, 5th house is higher education, and Venus means she is, by Venus Mahadasha she is running, because Venus is placed in 5th house Aquarius. Okay. So we have seen in India, you know, that suppose if Prime Minister is from a certain state, and before becoming a Prime Minister, he is just a politician or leader or whatever. But when he becomes Prime Minister, will his state get a lot of benefit or no?
Yes.
Yes, right? His state will get more benefit. His wife will get more benefit. Everything about him will get highlighted. So in the same way, if Venus is sitting in the 5th house for Nibha, 5th house will also get highlighted in Venus Dasha. Aquarius, the sign will also get highlighted, 5th house sign. So everything, even if somebody is sitting with Venus, that will also get highlighted. Right? So if Donald Trump has a girlfriend, it gets highlighted. Right? Because she is associated with someone who is in power, someone who's ruling, you know, someone who is in a ruling position. So this is a very simple sutras I'm giving, but these are secrets, you know, how to interpret Dasha. Yeah. So Neha, how are you? Yeah, Neha. I can't see you, Neha. How are you? Okay, so anyone else wants to ask something?
Floyd, which planet is associated with astrology?
Astrology is a mix, actually. It depends on the brand of astrology you're doing. But
like, for example, the
generally, sign is generally, like, very traditionally speaking, sign is Scorpio. House is 8th house. But then, you know, depending on the style of astrology, if it is more with research and innovation and all these things, then it becomes Aquarius subject. If it is more about guiding people, counseling, then Sagittarius becomes important. 9th house becomes important. So these are, I think, the main signs with which I would look at astrology. Planets depends. If you are a counselor, if you are seen as a guru, then Jupiter. But if you are a sadhak of astrology, if you're researching astrology, if you're understanding it, if you're doing it as a sadhana for yourself, okay, you may be counseling also. But if you're using it as a sadhana, and if you're using it more as a Zen master when you're giving it to others, then it is Saturn approach.
Okay.
So I think this is how I look at my approach is Saturn approach. Even though I do counseling also, but I'm trying to see it, see the larger picture through astrology. It is not only about making prediction, but understanding the whole game, that is going on. Because Jyotish, astrology, is the science of Advaita actually. It is how the formless divine has taken the form of human, form of an object, form of a creation on earth. So when that form is taken, that form will have certain attributes, it will have certain parameters. When it merges with the formless, it again loses all its parameters. It just becomes one. So a lot of people don't understand this game. So they get stuck, negative, positive, this, that. They get stuck with those things. But actually it is one whole large picture. Okay, so Uday is getting bored. So now we'll do something else. Okay, anyone else wants to share their dasha, switch or anything like that? Uday, you're in which dasha? Can you unmute yourself? Wait, I'll unmute you. I'll do it, wait. Yeah. Which is your dasha now? Saturn? I can't hear you, Uday. No, we can't hear you actually. कान पट्टी खराब हो गया. No, we can't hear you. You are not muted, but I think something wrong with your device maybe. We can't hear you. Yeah, go ahead, Uday. Now I think your sound is coming.
Hear you? Can you hear me?
Now you're Saturn?
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Mine Dasha is Saturn.
When did you start Saturn?
Saturn 14 September.
2014?
Yeah.
From 2014?
Yeah, September 14.
Okay. So September 2014, Uday started Saturn. So it will go on till for 19 years. Saturn period.
Pardon? Can't hear you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Everyone can hear me. I think that Kanpatti of yours is not working. The device which you're using. So yeah, so 16 years of Jupiter followed by 19 years of Saturn.
Can't hear you, sir.
Can others hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Others can hear me, so there's something wrong with your sound there. Okay, so broadly I will talk about Uday's Saturn, and he has already told that Saturn is in 7th with the moon. I think he said he's a Gemini Lagna. So as astrologers, we should pick, all these things. Gemini Lagna, he said. So Uday is Gemini Lagna. I'm just writing it. Saturn in 7th. So Saturn is going through his Sagittarius sign, 7th house. And where is your Jupiter placed today?
6th house, I guess.
No, he didn't say. He said Mercury in Venus is in 6th.
Mercury is in 6th house.
5th house. Mine is 5th house.
Jupiter in 5th house. Okay.
Yeah.
So from Jupiter in 5th house, from the expansion in the area of 5th house. So 5th house means enjoyment, 5th house means creativity, 5th house means higher education. So were you involved in some kind of teaching, Uday?
Pardon?
Were you involved in some kind of teaching?
Chintu? What is
Jupiter in 5th. So this is a yoga where Jupiter is the guru, Jupiter is the teacher. And 5th house is creativity, 5th house is higher education. So I'm wondering if Uday was into some kind of teaching. You know?
I can't hear you, sir. Hello?
Yeah, that's what I'm typing.
What the problem with my unit?
Just check your chat. His Mercury is in 6th house, so he's not getting the connectivity. 6th house is the house of obstacles, and it's in the sign of Scorpio, so he's not connecting with astrology. Communication problems, obstacles to astrology. Scorpio is his sign of, Scorpio is the sign of the 6th house. 6th house is obstacle and Mercury. So communication is becoming obstacle to astrology. Can Sarvesh speak and see if he can hear?
Uday, can you hear us?
No, he can't.
Hello, Uday. No,
He removed
I guess he
his-
has lost.
Now you have to say, because now he's put it in his ear.
Hello, Uday. Can you hear?
No, he can't hear.
You
Okay, anyway. Uday, check your chat. Now you're twisted, Uday. वाकडे झाले तुम्ही. Now I have to look at. Uday, can you remove that device completely? Like disconnect the Bluetooth device?
He's not reading the chat also.
Okay, anyway. Anyone else who wants to share their dasha change? Actually, we can hear his sound. I think it's the problem with his thing in his ear, you know, the earpiece. Disconnect kara, sir. Disconnect this. Throw it out. Bijal is asking, Sadesati is related always with the moon, or should we see sun placement too? No, generally, from what I know, Saturn and moon related things are Sadesati. Only the concept which I explained is with moon, not with the sun. Though Saturn and sun is, well, Saturn and sun is kind of course, not a good combination too. But that's a different story. It's not called Sadesati. No, Bijal, Sadesati is only for the moon. Do you want to have a Sadesati or something? Okay. Bijal, which period are you in? Guru, okay. Jupiter. And when did you start Jupiter period, Bijal? Neha is raising a hand, but I somehow can't see her, you know. What she wants to say, I don't know. Bijal, what is your time period? When did you start Jupiter? Two 2013. So where is your Jupiter placed and where is your Rahu placed? Bijal, where is your Jupiter placed? Where is your Rahu placed? Jupiter in 10, Rahu in 1st. What is your Lagna, Bijal? Libra? Virgo, okay. So Virgo Lagna, Bijal. So in her first house, Virgo, she had Rahu. So Sarvesh, can you make some predictions for her Rahu? First house, Virgo.
Mm-hmm.
Niba, Sarvesh, all these people.
So predictions about the personality. Dasha.
Yeah.
So right now
Rahu,
the Dasha
she
is
was running
right.
Rahu. She was running Rahu till 2013. Then 2013
Okay.
she moved into Jupiter.
So Lagna is Virgo. So she's moving into Jupiter. Jupiter would be Gemini, right?
No, forget about first we'll talk about Rahu. Rahu period. 2013, 18 years back.
Yeah, there would be a lot of wandering, lot of confusion, chaos during that time.
Because Rahu is in first, right? First is your mind, first is your thinking.
Yeah.
So now during that period, would she be decisive or she would be indecisive?
She would be indecisive.
Indecisive.
She would be indecisive. Otherwise also she will be indecisive. But as I said, you know, that when during that period, it will be more. Uday, can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Okay. So Rahu is going to make her indecisive, right?
Yeah.
And during the Rahu period, it was in the sign of Virgo, which is the 6th sign. So it also represents health. So she would be disturbed about her health or something like that could have come, or disturbed about her work or these kind of things. Now Jupiter is in the sign of Gemini. In the 10th house for her. And she is running a Jupiter period. So will Jupiter be better than Rahu or worse than Rahu?
Will be better.
It will be better.
Better in what sense?
In sense
clarity.
Jupiter, yeah, she will get clarity. Maybe because she's Jupiter is in 10th house, so she will not become.
Bijal, is this true or this is not true? What they are saying? Give an honest answer because we learn, you know. Jyotishko is saying profession and social prestige will increase in Jupiter. Is this true for you, Bijal, since 2013? Okay, she's saying yes. So Bijal is saying yes, that her profession, social prestige, these things have improved since she entered Jupiter. Jupiter is placed in 10th in her chart. And okay, so let's come to Uday. Uday, Jupiter is in 5th house, right?
Yeah, 5th house.
5th house Jupiter. You are running Jupiter Mahadasha till when you said?
September 27th, 2014.
2014. Yeah. So during that time, were you in some kind of teaching or something? What was your work at that time?
That time they were running fast food.
Fast food. Okay. What is fast food, Sarvesh? Sarvesh? No, not Rahu. We are talking about his Jupiter in 5th.
Okay.
5th is what, bhai?
Entertainment, social life.
Fifth is fun, no? Why we eat
Fun,
fast food?
fun and
If I eat fast food for fun, no?
Yeah.
I eat fast food for fun. So he was running fast food. He was doing something for fun, you know. Fast food people don't eat every day, no? What was the fast food, Uday?
Chinese.
Chinese कब खाते हैं? रोज थोड़ी खाते हैं.
नहीं, मैं नहीं खाता, लोगों को खिलाता था ना.
That's what. Yeah.
I was not eating. I was a cook.
That's what. So you are in that business, no?
Yeah, business.
Jupiter. Yeah. And now, are you in the same business?
No, now I'm running at a computer shop.
See, so the change has taken place, you know. So first he was allowing people to have fun because Jupiter was in 5th house. 5th house is the house of fun, party.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Niba would go to his Chinese, this thing, eat Chinese and all that. Now Saturn in his 7th house, he has moved into a more hardcore business. 7th house is the house of business. Saturn is serious planet, right? We all know this. So he has moved into a more hardcore business. Moment his Saturn started, somewhere or the other, he made that switch, you know. And Saturn is in the sign of Sagittarius for him. So, yeah, so that is fine. Do you get clients who are foreigners, Uday? Do you get clients who are foreigners?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
So, your Lagna is Gemini, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, fast food. So he was running fast food, you know, he was running fast food during Jupiter period. So it depends, you know, on the, do you have any planets in 2nd house, Uday?
Second house, no.
No planet. 2nd house, Rashi is moon. Yeah, moon. Where is your moon sitting?
7th house.
Moon
with
also in 7th house.
Sagittarius.
Yeah, you already know. Okay.
With Saturn.
Correct. So see the difference, you know. So somewhere or the other, the choices we make, the way in which we live is connected with the Mahadasha. And the Antardasha are going to tell more specific things. Now, which Antardasha are you in, Uday?
Antardasha.
Still Saturn Antardasha? Check in the
Antardasha, Mercury, Jupiter and Shani. Saturn, In Saturn, Mercury.
Okay, Saturn,
in Mercury,
okay.
Jupiter, and Jupiter.
No.
Jupiter.
That's okay. Only Antardasha.
Okay. Mercury.
Those are further as Sukshma Dasha and they are, you know, sub Dashas.
Yeah, sub, yeah.
So, sub Dasha you're saying is Mercury. Right? When did you start this Mercury Antardasha? Can you check? Sub period
August
of Mercury.
28, 19.
2019.
Yeah, August.
Now, okay. So he's in which business?
Computers.
Computers.
Hardware.
Computer hardware is into. So when Mercury's business will improve or not improve?
Business will improve.
Business will improve because Mercury represents technology, communication. Where is your Mercury placed? In the 6th, no? 6th house Mercury.
6th, yeah.
So Mercury is placed in his 6th house with Venus. So if it is very close in degree to Venus, I don't know the degrees now in his chart, but if it is close to Venus, then he will also get money from it. And 6th house is the house of routine life. It is maintenance. So he will repair the hardware or he will sell the hardware. Are you repairing also?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he will repair the hardware. That is routine, you know. That is maintenance task. Repairs. So Mercury in 6th. So he moved into a business which was related to computers. And now this Mercury period, can you tell where till when it is lasting? 2019 August to
1 second.
So now I'm sharing also how I interpret Antardasha. I'm not sharing any Shastras and all. I'm sharing how it is to be done practically. You can go home and do it. Jyotisko can go and do, you know, all his girlfriends and all. He can see their Mahadashas, Antardashas. See when they are ready, when they are not ready.
Okay. Mercury Antardasha is 19 April. 19 May 2020.
till 19 May 2020. Yeah. So now this 1 year you have very good scope for your business. Lot of repairs, lot of business. Your business would have increased in the last 1 month, and it will go on increasing now. Can you tell me what is the degree of Mercury and what is the degree of Venus in your chart?
Venus 0.33 and Mercury 20.57.
Okay, so they are far apart. Okay, that's okay. Yeah. So Mercury is kind of on the border of 5th and 6th house for him, but still it is there. Do you get some of the same clients who used to come for fast food, or it is completely different?
Pardon?
Are your clients the same who used to come for fast food, or completely different?
Completely different.
Completely different. Okay, good. So anyone else, any other questions? And we'll wind up in the next 10 minutes. If you all have any final questions.
I don't have questions.
Yeah. After Mercury, what Antardasha you are going into?
Ketu.
Ketu. How many months? May 2022?
21. July 21.
So that 1 year, where is your Ketu placed?
Ketu 10th house.
Yeah. So are you all observing? I'm looking at the planet. I'm looking at where it is placed, which house, which sign. Okay, so this is very basic, but this gives very good predictions. You said which sign, Uday? Which house?
Pardon?
Which house you said? Ketu?
Ketu 10th house.
10th house Ketu. So 10th house Ketu, Uday will change his work, many times in his life. Suddenly he will change.
Now planning to costume designing, costume supply.
So Ketu in 10th house will make people suddenly change, because Ketu is sudden changes. So suddenly they will think something, they will change, So the sign of Ketu for him is Pisces. Pisces, right? Ketu is in Pisces. So if he doesn't want to change his mind, he should stay at a place which is not near the sea, not near the water. Because Pisces is a water sign. And Ketu is sitting in the water sign. Are you close to the beach or river or something like that?
No.
Where are you? Which place?
I'm in Karnataka, India.
Karnataka?
Dharwad.
Okay, so that is relatively better. Is there a river, lake, anything near your place? Nothing?
No, nearby.
Okay.
See, Goa is 165 kilometers from here.
Okay, yeah.
The beach.
Yeah, so it is not that far, but yeah, okay. So that is good in a way for you. Okay. Now Ketu is in Pisces for him. So he will change his mind, about his work. So his work will switch. So now he's in the period of Jupiter.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So Ketu period, any prediction, Sarvesh? Ketu in 10th.
Ketu in
1 year. For 1 year. Antardasha of Ketu in 10th. 1 year. Jupiter Ketu.
So things again, I guess, would
so in
slow
down. So things may not slow down, but he might, change what he's doing.
Change, the perspective might change. Some detachment towards.
Yeah, so he might change what he's doing. He might actually, that costume design or whatever he's thinking, he might start doing it during that period.
Yeah.
But next 1 year is good for you in technology, Uday.
Thank
Mercury.
you.
Okay, so he might, go into some other business when he enters Ketu Antardasha. You might want to change something because things become so difficult, then you have to change. You have to do something. So just observe in your previous Ketu Antardashas what changes you made to your life.
Yeah,
okay. Anyone else has undergone Ketu Antardasha recently? We are now looking at sub-periods. When was your last Ketu Antardasha? Just check. Last 5 minutes. Whoever tells will get some prediction. Those who don't tell will not get anything. Bijal, yes means what? You have to tell us the time period. Okay. So Jyotishko went from Feb to September 2015. And where's your Ketu placed, Jyotishko?
In 5th house.
Ketu in 5th?
Yeah.
Okay. So this time you might, during this period, you might have faced something in connection with your romantic life or something in connection with your higher education. Because 5th house represents romance, higher education. So maybe some changes or something came up for you in the area of romance, in the area of higher education, these kind of things.
Or maybe it can be just fun and entertainment, I guess, also. No?
Yeah, but Ketu is not that much inclined towards fun and entertainment. So Ketu would want to do something, more serious.
Does it anything happen to be if Leo was also in that house? Leo in that house, 5th house.
It is 5th house Leo, no? So where is your sun placed?
12th house.
Sun is in the 12th. So probably this was the first time when you thought of, going to a foreign land or something like that.
Yeah, that happened. Like the idea was conceived during that time.
Yeah. Because 12th house is foreign land, so 5th house is connected with foreign land. So ideas, 5th house is ideas, 12th house is foreign land, distant land. So ideas about escaping from your native place, ideas about going to a foreign land. These kind of things can come. But only when the period of bars came, you could actually do it. The actual manifestation of that event took place. Okay, Bijal is saying 16 April 2020 to 23rd March. Okay, so she is supposed to go into Ketu. Bijal, you're supposed to go into Ketu. Okay, and where is your Ketu placed? Bijal, 7th house. Right? Bijal's Ketu is placed in 7th house. So anyone can make some prediction? Chitra?
Maybe she has to bow down in relations and
Yeah, but I think Bijal is not married, right? So she may suddenly get married during this period.
okay.
Yeah, she's single, so she may suddenly get married during this period between April 2020 to March 21. So, and what is your Lagna? You said Bijal 6. It is Virgo. So it's in the sign of Pisces. It's in the sign of Pisces, which is a water sign. So sudden things can come for her. Maybe someone from a foreign land comes, or she goes to a foreign land. Something like this can happen. Where's your Jupiter placed, Bijal? 10th house. Jupiter is in the 10th house. So probably she goes for work purpose to some foreign country, foreign land. Suddenly, sudden something might happen. Of course, now that I'm saying it, it may not be, the way I'm saying it, because Ketu is always unpredictable. But something can happen which can take her to a foreign land related to her work or something. And that's where she's going to find her partner, find her relationship. Otherwise, also, she might have found that her partners, her relationships could have come from the workplace. Someone connected with her at work, or someone in a position of authority, but related with her life purpose, with her work, with her karma. Okay. Okay. So far, she's saying nothing. Okay. Nobody at work, Bijal? Nothing at work? Okay. So there is something else which is blocking your progress. Your 5th house, 12, 11th, and Saturn. Where's your Saturn placed, Bijal? Saturn is in 12th, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so Saturn is in 12th, which is the lord of the 5th house, the house of romance. So romance will happen for her in a foreign land. It is going to happen in a distant land. And Ketu is in the 7th house, connected with the 10th, but Ketu is in the 12th sign, which again represents foreign land, overseas. So she might find some opportunity overseas. You know, whether she will make use of that opportunity, whether it will go away, we don't know. But she will definitely see some movement in the area of foreign land, because Pisces is a water sign. So overseas opportunities can come for her during that period. Yeah. So yeah, even if you remain formal in office, it is still going to happen. So yeah. So anyway, anything else? Anyone else wants to share? Okay, so I think we have a fair idea of how to interpret dashas today, and I think we'll end this session, and then I'm sure you can. Yeah, Bijal has said now Mercury Antardasha. Yeah, I don't know where's your Mercury place, Bijal? Mercury is in your first house. Okay, so it's very difficult for her to decide also, you know. And even if she finds someone, Mercury is with Rahu in first, so she will not be able to decide, oh, is this the right guy, not the right guy. The decision will be very difficult. So in that she will lose time, you know. And also, if you see, Mercury is the lord of the 10th house, the house of career. So career related things, she will be indecisive. So even at her workplace, if something comes her way or some man comes to her, she might be confused what to do about it. So yeah, so that will only be resolved when she goes into meditation. When she meditates, her mind will be still. She will be able to make decisions. She will be able to move forward. Okay. And she can also work on Mercury, increasing the energy of Mercury and so on. Yeah. So even Uday can work on increasing the energy of Mercury. So he can do the remedies, he can do the mantras, he can align with the Mercury energy. Okay. Do you have brothers and sisters, Uday? Do you have brothers and sisters, Uday? Uday, do you have brothers and sisters?
Hello?
Yes, Uday. Okay, Uday has the same communication problem. Mercury 6th obstacles. So, Uday also might be facing some difficulty with his siblings or some obstacles because Mercury is in 6th. So he has to strengthen his Mercury if he wants to strengthen his IT career, IT job, IT business. Same thing for Bijal. She has to strengthen her Mercury. She has to work on Rahu if she wants to make decisions. Okay. So now we'll so now we'll end this session, and all the best to everyone, and we'll see you in the next session. Look forward to see you in the next session of learning. Okay, thank you everyone. Have a wonderful time.
Thank you, Floyd.
Okay, bye bye everyone.